You are a curious leader, a builder, a creator, standing at a turning point. You mastered your craft, or you're getting close, but something inside pushes you further. You're not here to stay in a silo. You want to explore more, connect the dots, turn your curiosity into meaningful impact across fields. Leonardo da Vinci didn't stick to one lane. He painted the Mona Lisa, engineered machines, dissected cadavers, and designed futuristic tech in the 1400s. Now, in the age of AI, we need more Leonardos. And the tools of our time, they are making the return of the polymath possible. This episode is about why the future doesn't belong to narrow experts. It belongs to the connectors. The world keeps rewarding specialists. Job titles get narrower, opportunities get smaller, expertise gets boxed in, and you're told, stay in your lane. That leaves you feeling stuck, like you're too scattered, not focused enough to be taken seriously. But why should depth require sacrificing breadth? Why do we treat wholeness like a threat to success? You shouldn't have to amputate parts of yourself just to fit the mold. I've been there. As a transformation advisor, technologist, and a storyteller, I've navigated both worlds, the fast paced rush of technology and the patient, strategic, deeply philosophical nature of gardening, or from strategy to philosophy. For years, I thought I had to choose. But the more I studied the innovators, leaders, and changemakers of history, and now I realize the real power is in being layered. It's in being a polymath. The word polymath comes from the Greek polymathis, meaning having learned much. But polymath isn't just widely read. They connect across disciplines. Think Da Vinci, Franklin, Hildegard of Bingen. Leonardo da Vinci, in particular, was a Renaissance master whose insights spanned anatomy, physics, painting, and engineering. He didn't separate science from art. He used both to advance the other. Even in ancient India, polymaths like Aryabhatta combined astronomy, math, and poetry, showing that this wasn't just a European ideal. In the 15th and 16th century, this kind of integration wasn't rare. It was expected. Universities trained universal scholars. Art, math, music, and philosophy were seen as a whole. Renaissance Europe celebrated polymathy as a hallmark of genius, showing that versatility was a source of strength. Innovation came not from isolation, but from intersection. But something shifted from enlightenment to industrial revolution. The flood of new knowledge made it impossible for one person to master everything. The intellectual world began to fracture. Peter Burke, a historian of knowledge, described how knowledge was fragmented over time. The 17th century may have been the golden age of polymaths, but it also birthed a new archetype, the specialist. Universities built departments, industries needed experts, academic journals catered to niche fields. Students stopped learning broadly and started diving deeply. C.P. Snow, in his famous Two Cultures lecture in 1959, lamented how science and humanities have stopped talking to each other. We've gained precision, but we lost perspective. Fast forward to today, the pendulum is swinging again. Why? Because the challenges of our time, pandemics, climate change, misinformation, Even AI governance can't be solved within a single discipline. These are what we call wicked problems, complex, interconnected, and cross disciplinary in nature. Actually, AI is making polymathy viable again. Tools like GPT-4, DeepSeek, Gemini, Claude can digest vast knowledge across law, medicine, history, and code. They act like digital polymaths, but they still need human judgment. AI handles routine analysis. Humans are needed for synthesis, ethics, and imagination. This is where the human polymath returns, not to know everything, but to connect everything. Let's be clear. Specialists are essential. They go deep, push boundaries, and bring rigor. But polymaths offer something different: breadth, integration, and creativity. A specialist builds an engine. A polymath designs the vehicle, imagines the terrain, and questions the destination. Studies show Nobel laureates are more likely to have artistic hobbies. Generalist managers solve more complex problems because they see more sides. Creative breakthroughs often emerge at intersections. This is the Medici effect. When people from diverse backgrounds collide, ideas bloom. In business, ideas designers succeed not because they know everything, but because they think across everything. The 21st century demands both depth and breadth. Polymathy isn't a luxury, it's a survival skill. It prevents tunnel vision, protects against burnout, builds resilience. Thomas Young deciphered Egyptian hieroglyphs and explained the wave theory too. Einstein played violin. Maya Angelou danced, wrote, and directed. Their creative strength comes from living many lives in one. And in the world of rapid automation, polymaths adapt faster. If one domain becomes obsolete, they pivot because their core skill isn't just knowledge, it's connection. Want to start thinking like a polymath? Here's my three-part system. 1. Curate your curiosity. Follow interests outside your field. 2. Cross-train weekly. Read, explore, and journal across disciplines. 3. Practice synthesis. Ask, what pattern connects this to that? To make it easy, I have created a free guide. 5 micro habits to build a polymathic mindset. It's in the description or on my Substack. In the world overflowing with information, it's not just knowledge that matters, it's wisdom. And wisdom lives where disciplines collide. Here's to the connectors, the curious, the system thinkers. Here's to you, the next polymath. The world doesn't need more of the same. It needs connectors, interpreters, synthesizers. It needs you. The Renaissance ideal isn't dead. It's being reborn, powered by AI, complexity, and human imagination. In an age of too much data and not enough wisdom, the polymath will be the one who sees clearly. Download the micro habit guide, share this with your curious friends, and start living your layered life. I will see you next time on Pathbreakers.